Ah, what a day for me to relax and watch a cartoon featuring Spider-Man! Spidey and his amazing friends? This isn't amazing at all! He's having fun with friends and doesn't have any money problems. This is a travesty, I say! A travesty!
This is a show for kids. You aren't in the target demographic.
Don't give me that excuse! So would a 90s show and Spectacular! This is an insult to the character!
Those shows are for a middle schooler and teen demographic, and Spidey and His Amazing Friends is for a preschool demographic. Can you just accept that Spider-Man has interpretations for all age groups?
No! We must witness Uncle Ben getting shot again! But this time on Disney Junior!
Alright, that's it. Cue the intro. Hello, it's ShadeX and I am a fan of Spider-Man. I've done multiple videos about media featuring the character in the past. However, rather than talk about No Way Home, I'd rather talk about the idiotic gatekeeping some people on the internet have been doing lately. I remember back when people argued about which film version of Spider-Man was the best. However, after No Way Home came out, the Spider-Man fandom seemed to be a bit more united. I will not talk spoilers for No Way Home in this video since that is not the main topic at hand, but I'll talk about that film later in the future. Anyway, there are some clear issues with the online Spidey fandom, one of which being people getting irrationally mad at other people's movie takes. I really miss when that was the only issue people had with Spider-Man fans.
Right, on three, everyone say their favorite Spider-Man. All right? 1, 2, 3.
What?
Are you kidding me? It's not even close. There'd be no Spider-Man movie without Tobey Maguire.
High Top Films' Spider-Man movie takes are something fans got irrationally mad at. He doesn't like most of the MCU films, and I respect his opinion despite me finding some enjoyment in them. He ranks all of them at the lowest tier, which I disagree with to an extent. No Way Home could be a bit higher, and the fact it's below The Amazing Spider-Man 2 kind of bugs me. Still, that's how I personally would rank the film, and I respect High Top's reasons for not liking the MCU characterization of Spider-Man. But yeah, that's not to say that there are content creators out there with bad takes. For example, Cosmonaut did a Raimi trilogy video that was so bad, Captain Midnight did a response video to it. That's not to say Cosmonaut Marcus's video is the worst, because it's a fine video, but I really don't like how hyperbolic the title and thumbnail are. It should have been titled something like The Raimi Trilogy is Kinda Dated or something like that. But yeah, now discourse over people's movie opinions isn't the biggest problem in the Spider-Man fandom. Now things are getting even stupider. There was a tweet that made me want to make this video. That tweet being a response to a Spidey and His Amazing Friends theme song upload. If you aren't aware, this show is a Disney Junior cartoon. It is intended for a preschooler audience, and I think it's great that a new audience of kids will get introduced to Spider-Man. It's not made for older audiences, as there are a ton of comics, games, and movies that are already marketed towards that audience. So I find it real stupid that fans of Spidey will see a clip from the show and make dumb comments like this. For these tweets, I will not show the names of the people. Instead, I'll show them as J Jonah Jameson. Anyway, this tweet says that this show destroys decades of work put into the character Spider-Man. No Uncle Ben, no money problems? Why is he so fucking happy? This show is a complete embarrassment to all Spider-Man media. But yeah, this guy isn't the only person making this dumb observation either. This show completely misunderstands the character of Peter Parker by including Miles and Spider-Gwen. And don't give me that "it's a kid show" excuse. So was Spectacular, the animated series, etc. Here's the thing, Spidey and His Amazing Friends is a new interpretation of Spider-Man for kids. It honestly looks fine despite Peter looking like Dream from the now deleted Mask video.
That's what the mask is! That's what the point of the mask is!
The show has kids' versions of Miles and Gwen. In addition to Peter, there's a spider robot. It's a cute show for kids. While Peter having money problems is a big part of the character, there's nothing wrong with a different interpretation of Spider-Man who doesn't deal with that. There are countless movies and shows that deal with that concept. While a show for older audiences should be faithful to an extent, Spidey and His Amazing Friends is just a fun show for toddlers. It doesn't have to be comic accurate. This show is harmless. If you want a good recent animated Spider-Man piece of media, go watch Into the Spider-Verse again, or Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 when it comes out in October. The whole argument of other Spider-Man shows of the past being for kids isn't valid, as those shows were aimed for a grade school and teen audience, while the Disney Junior show is aimed towards a preschool audience. The other form of gatekeeping has to do with the comics gators, which is not at all a surprise. These people are grifters, and late last year I noticed they were making dumb tweets about how Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man. I knew this would be inevitable. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a critical hit with fans and critics alike, but I knew these grifters would find a way to complain about Miles sooner or later. I don't get why they can't call Miles Spider-Man, as they tend to see other versions of the Flash as valid. It's clear the grifters either haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse or missed the whole point of the movie. Anyone can wear the mask, and that includes Miles Morales, who is Spider-Man. Anyway, since I am white and not a person of color, I figured I'd get a creator who is one to talk about this idiocy.
What's good, y'all? This is Kang of Big Bro Tunes, and I gotta say, Spider-Man Twitter wilding out once again. Like, damn, bro. Don't y'all got, like, actual problems? You gotta gatekeep Spider-Man, not just with new fans, but within the Spider-Man lore? Alright, allow me to elaborate. I am sick and tired of you crusty-ass motherfuckers doing Miles Morales dirty. All this, Peter is Spider-Man, Miles is Miles bullshit. Like, y'all don't do this with any other Spider-Man within the fandom. Like, come on now. You don't do this with anybody else but him. Yes, Miles has had a rough start, arguably speaking, but once he became his own, not just in the comics, but in other mediums as well? Come on, bro. The movies, the video games. Hell, the kid has found his own audience of people who love him as Spider-Man. I'll be damned if I gotta hear some whiny-ass comics-gate motherfuckers complain about a character they don't like. Listen, it is fine if you don't like a character. But if you gotta make hating them your whole personality and shoving it down people's throats, I'm sorry, but go outside and fuck out of my face when I'm bumping it to Sunflower, boy. You a sunflower, you're loving me too much type beat. Peter is Spider-Man, Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I don't need some edgy white boys or a damn near 40-year-old men telling me what I should like. Anyways, thanks again for having me, Shade. Back to you, homie.
Thanks, Kang. Overall, Spider-Man is a franchise everyone can enjoy, which is why I am fine with different interpretations of the character existing. Anyway, before I end the video, I'm going to play an old clip of Stan Lee that backs up the claim I have in this video. That claim being that Spider-Man is for everyone. He is meant to be a relatable character, and anyone can wear the mask. This has been ShadeX, and I hope you all feel nothing but good vibes.
Think about Spider-Man caught on. Do you think it was really just the I can relate to this guy aspect of it?
I think there were a lot of reasons. I think perhaps the main reason was the I can relate to him. Because he was shy, he wasn't that successful with girls, he had to worry about his family. I think most teenagers reading it thought to themselves, hey, that could be me, any kid.
Yeah.
You could be black, you could be Asian, you could be Indian, you could be anything, and imagine you were in that costume. So I think that made it relevant to everybody everywhere, and that was accidental. I mean, I don't think we planned it that way, but it was very fortuitous.
You get
No! We must witness Uncle Ben getting shot again, but this time on Disney Junior.